Spiritual Encrypted Encounters here on Facebook. Also follow Spiritual Encrypted Encounters on YouTube. I mean, my bad, on Facebook. And those who follow my short reel TikToks under CS865. How's everybody doing today? How you doing, cousin?
I'm doing great. Greetings and salutations to all the members.
Yeah, to all the night owls. Last night we had a pretty good crowd that tuned in, but I don't know if the numbers were trolls or
I don't know,
viewers.
man. You
But there
do
was a
it.
lot of we had like over 2,000 views last night.
Well, it was a lot of trolls out there, man. I know. I kept getting rid of them as soon as they started popping up. Even Beatrice got rid of a bunch of trolls, man.
Yeah, it was crazy last night. I mean,
I apologize.
I
I
think I
was.
was on fire last night, man. I was getting to the viewers and talking spiritually.
Uh,
Sometimes when you're being used to send a message, it just comes naturally, and you just go with the flow of things. Uh, but yes, so tonight we got cousin Jesse. You know,
I didn't fall asleep this time waiting for the link. I apologize for that, cousin.
that's all right. I was asleep too. How you doing, Roberta?
Welcome, Roberta.
Sister Roberta. Yeah. I guess I'm just trying to stay motivated, man. I've been feeling some injuries from the military and stuff.
Hi, real
Now,
man.
now that I'm getting older and stuff, when you're in the military, you give it 100%, and you don't care what happens. You'll be doing some crazy stuff, stunts and stuff. But I'm
Well,
feeling it now that I'm older. I remember the platoon sergeant said, "Hey, don't be doing that. Be jumping off the top of the tank on the ground and stuff. Like you're nothing." But I feel it now. So it's like I know why he's saying that because he was older and he was feeling what he would do.
I'm doing good, Roberta. Hi, Brian Jacobson. Hi, Annette.
Brian Jacobson, how you doing?
Yeah, you know,
Other
because
sister Annette.
I believe that exactly what you said because of all the extreme training I used to do when I used to train. Now my hands are all jacked up, man. I can't feel my hands. I see every scar that I had on there. And all the
Yeah,
extreme training we did. I'm feeling it now.
yeah. But I know if I get that adrenaline rush, that'll replace the pain. It's like sometimes I have to zone it out, but
I already
I'm not a
started.
I'm not a spring chicken. I'm a old rooster now. In which I am. I've been feeling. You know, they tell you about your medicines that you have to take and all this stuff, and then you're like, "Fuck, should I take them? Should I not take them?" You placed in a situation if you're damn if you do and you're damn if you don't. But I continue to do my workouts and work through the pain. How's everybody doing this evening? I hope everybody is doing great tonight.
I
Whoever's
know
here.
I already got rid of like three people, real MMA.
Uh,
It started
but
early.
yes, I just want you to know that yes, it's people don't understand. You see, like when I was in the military, uh, the training that I did, I went beyond the normal training that they would teach us. I had to be a certain way mentally. In which I got communications with my brothers and sisters. I didn't want to know nothing about anybody, like females or anything like that, because we always did a lot of training, and my mind had to be in the training as a tanker. We're always in the front line, so there's a lot of things that can happen in training. Accidents can happen if you're not paying attention to the safety rules. You can get shot by your own weapons. You have to clear the weapons. Sometimes people are not paying attention, and that's how accidents happen. in the military, so you have to be alert like 24/7. You know, you can be worrying about what's going on back home. If uh if your girlfriend's messing around with Jody or anything like that. That's why I kind of stay single. When I was in the military, I just focused on my job. It was just about the mission, about the job that I was doing. Uh, so when you have that mentality, it's about survival, basically. You know, in which you have to go to the extreme, man. Like just be ready for anything because you don't know when something might happen. And when it does happen, your training it has to be first in nature, which you're gonna be able to react to the threat that's coming your way. You keep on trolling, eh? In saying that, brothers and sisters, I do have a lot of trolls, a lot of haters. I already know where they're coming from. They do this every time I do the lives, uh, but I ain't even gonna talk about them today. No, if y'all haven't checked out my show reels, check out the show reels. That I created a show reel before I made this live, right before I made this live. In that show reel, what the topic is about tonight is the DDN, uh, the capabilities, how they can possess, bond, and their abilities. And that's what I'm gonna make. That's gonna be the talk for tonight. Of course, we're gonna share stories and stuff like that, like we always do. So, if you want to check out the short reel that I created, like maybe like 5 minutes ago, I placed it here on YouTube, and you're able to see it almost got a big head, and it looks different than the other ones that I've captured because the face looks wider, like wider, like it's got like big cheeks or something, uh, and you can see the teeth and everything, uh, and it's just there by the side of the in the woods, just looking at me. So, okay, let's talk about the DDN of what they are, where they came from, and what they are now. Uh, the DDN, y'all, they used to be the Nephilim. So the Watchers uh, were sent to watch over mankind at the beginning, and the Watchers, I guess, got tempted by women, and they wanted the women, so they decided to go against God, and they took the manifestation because they can change form like a man, and they went and slept with the women, which created uh, the Nephilim giants. The women became Valkyries, and some became sirens. Because they changed form. They became demonic of nature because they slept with and the Watchers became demons at that time because it went against God. So the Nephilim was never created by God; they were created by the Watchers. So that by itself, they're already evil. They're demonic of nature. So the Nephilim were pissed off because I guess I know because it wasn't created by God, so they started destroying all of the creations of God. the animals, uh, human beings, whatever they can get a hold of. They were literally eating it, eating everything on earth, you know. So God decided to terminate them, you know. So he commanded Noah to create the ark, in which that's where he put the animals on the ark, and then he created the great flood that flooded the earth, in which it destroyed the Nephilim. You know, when you hear people say that the Nephilim is still here alive in the flesh, no. If trust me, if they were alive, they would already showed themselves as much hatred and anger they have towards mankind. They would be showing themselves. They would have been showing themselves a long time ago. What happened to them is they got destroyed. The vessel got destroyed. Since they were demonic in nature, that's what we know them as now is demons. Uh, they're the ones that have the ability to bond and possess people. Uh, they they pick up traits from the Watchers. The Watchers were just looking over mankind or watching. So if you pay attention to the videos that I have, you can literally see where they're watching from the boat line, just looking at me just to see what I'm doing. You know, if you think about the Watchers, you can think about the Fae because that's what they're kind of like that. Also, the Faes are like Watchers. They just watch. I don't know if anybody's seen the movie. They just come out about the Watchers. You know, where the Watchers are standing looking at human beings to see their every move. You know, but in that nature, that's what they do, and they've been here for a very long time among on Earth, roaming Earth, causing chaos and havoc. Uh, well, imagine that they've been here for a very long time in disembodied form. How many people have they afflicted or destroyed throughout the centuries? How many do you think? Cause uh,
I'll say millions and millions, cause they've been here forever. Got to be in the millions.
more, probably billions, maybe.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
They're still destroying mankind indirectly, as in deep in demonic form. I've seen it, man. I mean, I feel sorry for like the homeless because I've seen them with the DDN in them, or you want to call it. Some people want to call it the Legion, whatever. You know, they're demons too. But those people that are on the streets, like a lot of them are on drugs. Some of them are alcoholics. That's easy prey for them. Easy prey for those individuals. That
And they are out there in the streets, man, just looking for a vessel.
yeah, that's what they do. I've seen it. You know, I've seen them where I was playing Macanitas, playing the machines at this 24-hour place where you could go and play a fish table, right? I hear a girl come in and she's talking to people, you know, like she's talking to a lot of people. When I go check it out and she's talking real loud, it's like she's talking to nobody, but she's looking like if she's talking to things that are around her. I count at least five that are around her.
Oh wow.
So when I looked at her, because they entered her because I was fixing to pray and then tie bind and rebuke them out of her. What happened is they entered her back in her body, and she took up running out of the location, and she ran and ran, and then it's like I went outside to try to help her. She was already on the other side of the road, and she's looking at me, and the demons that have her bonded are laughing at me because they ran away from
Wow.
me,
Wow.
and and then it's like they were laughing, and then she took off into the woods, you know.
No,
Uh,
we're not Muslims, man.
so you know, I've witnessed this. You know, this is like around it was like around 2 in the morning when this happened. She literally was being bonded by like at least five demonic entities. You know, And I know this what it was because the way it's like they knew I was going to rebuke them already because they know what's in your mind and your thought process. So it's like they took off running away from me pretty fast. And I couldn't help her. If I could have caught her right there, I would have rebuked them. They would have took off and left her alone. I don't know whatever happened to that female. She was probably like in her 20s. I see it all the time. Uh, in that nature, that's how they've been afflicting people for centuries through bondage, through possessions. Uh, they put images in your mind, you know, images in your mind to, and when they put the images, it's the only way they can do that is that they have to be close to you in order for them to project an image in your mind. It's because they're entering your space, they're entering your bubble, right? Your spiritual bubble. So they have to be very close in order to project an image in your mind. Either that way or maybe you have a spiritual opening. You know, there's people that hear that sometimes they have bad thoughts or something's crossing their mind, and they want to think that the cryptids, like Dogman or Bigfoots, that they have some psychic capabilities. No, it's not that. The DDN, they have many abilities, and one of the abilities that they have is manifestation. They can manifest it to anything they don't want, and they manifest to whatever they want to manifest. And if you're believing in it, I believe I heard a guy earlier talking about that he's seen a Bigfoot and that he want to go give something to it, like a gift. And that's a no no. I'm just here to tell you that that's a no no. It's like you're giving it a gift is because you're believing in it, right? If it's demonic, well then it's already attached to you already,
And that's
and you got
also
to
an
hold on.
offering.
Was that?
That's also an offering.
Yeah, that's an offering. When you give something, that's a form of an offering. Let me see some of the questions here. Well, I also saw the one with the horns and the other one. Did you see the latest video, Roberta, that's looking at me from the right side of the path? They can mimic voices. If you're missing a loved one that's gone or deceased, they can take the form just to mock you, to make fun of you, or possibly to try to trick you to think you're seeing the spirit of your loved one. In which, if you get close to them and you're thinking it's them, then you have the spiritual opening of what? Belief.
Hmm.
What do you think, cousin?
Yeah, I can testify to that, man, because like I said, when my dad passed away, I had that dream that he visited me in my dream, and then it turned violent, and he was strangling me, man. I went into sleep paralysis, and somehow I managed to turn to the left. And when I woke up, there was a green orb floating in front of my face, which it disappeared into the wall. And you could see the glow go up the wall like that into the ceiling, and then you hear something running on the roof. So, yeah, they could take any shape, any form.
That's why they deceive a lot of people. They've been around for a very long time, so they know exactly what they're doing. They don't think. With all the distractions that's here on Earth, they don't think that somebody might be able to figure them out or be in tune to them to know what they're about. That's why I stay spiritually grounded and place Jesus Christ first, and I do my investigations to get the evidence out there that they're amongst us as we speak. Uh, I'll put you could say myself out there on the line because, yeah, there are dangerous. when I hear people say that the Bigfoots are friendly, it's like, come on, bro. They say you thinking you're friendly, then they already got you. If where anybody thinks that they're friendly, they already have them.
Welcome, welcome, Rich Runner too.
You know, how you doing, Runner?
But
They
yeah,
got
man. But
them already.
if you're gonna give them something, that's an offering, man, and that's a whole lot of trouble you don't want. It's like when you smoke a cigarette, that's a smoke offering. When you drink a beer, that's a liquid offering. Even when you watch porno, man, that's a carnal offering. Everything's an offering. You can't do nothing in life without paying for it.
Yeah, there's technology where there's holographic, what is it called? Some technology that they've created, but that's not going to hurt you. Especially it's holographic. It's not going to hurt you.
It
What's going to
won't
hurt
possess your
you
vessel.
is the DDNs because the other ones they do it for the fear factor, just like they created COVID for the fear factor, right? You heard on the news that the body has COVID supposedly. What are they doing? That they're going to try to say there's another COVID outbreak because that's how they cheat. And we know there's no damn COVID going on at all. Uh, he just got caught of what he was trying to do and take out Trump. Use the main guy to try to do that. Hopefully, eventually the truth comes out about that. But
Hey,
besides
runner.
that, I don't runner.
Yo, somebody's gonna have to fess up, man. They shot him in the ear. They gave him a piercing. Now they're gonna have to all run and step down, cousin, because he's coming now.
He got a lot of supporters backing him up now. More supporters than before.
Yeah.
Think that millionaire gave him like a lot of money.
Basically, the election is already won, thanks to that.
And here in Spiritual Cryptid Encounters, we've been praying for President Trump. I prayed already like two times. I had sensed something spiritually, and I was told to pray for President Trump by the
Hi,
Heavenly
Ivy.
Father. I put him in prayer for him to be protected by anything physically and anything spiritually, witchcraft and necromancy. The physical part happened already. The bullets missed him because he was being protected physically, but through the spirit. There was he had a protection around him in which that certain protection can make things go a opposite direction. It causes that kind of interference to protect the vessel.
Hi, Prima Ivy.
How you doing, Sister Ivy? Yeah, it's like you can see the demonic the demon that's within Biden, man. That guy has a demonic entity in him where when the entity is not in him, he becomes a fragile man again. He probably shits on his pants. But when the demon is in him, he's a whole different person.
When the
The reason
demon's
I
in him, he
the
wants to
reason I
snort children like cocaine.
yeah, he got something in him. It's kind of like corn on the cob. He's always got something in him too.
Yeah, that's a butter offering.
It's what is it? It's not butter.
Yeah, I can't believe it's not butter.
Uh, yes, there's a lot of things happening. Uh, Besides all that, that's part of the balance. Things like that have been happening through centuries, man. Luckily, like I said, a lot of people pray for Trump, and he was protected that day, man. The trajectory of the bullets was aimed for his head, man, and they missed.
It was a
Somebody paid that kid to do that.
it was a sniper from the Coast Guard, man.
DDN
Was it?
stands not an M, it's an N. Notice I misspelled it. It's a disembodied demonic Nephilim. I have a lot of images of them, or in short reels that I create when I go investigate, and I capture them through my lives. If I see movement where they're moving, I'll create a short reel where it's showing the movement. But most of the time, they're stationary. They're like in stealth mode, where they're just looking at you and they're not moving because they don't want to be seen or spotted. But they're not here in the flesh; they're in disembodied form. So sometimes you're not able to see them with your eyes. So it's like your camera captures them. After you do your lives, you go and debunk your live, and they surface up in the lives that there were. I think I caught an image of one that was right beside me, like maybe a couple of inches away from me. Yeah, Skinwalker shapeshifter.
Ain't nothing fair in this world, Brian.
But they're around, man. They can take shadow figure form to be very tall. People think it's a Bigfoot or a dog man, but it can look like a werewolf because whatever is in your mind, right, it can manifest to what you're thinking. So, corn on the cob, if you're thinking about a giant corn, it's going to manifest into a giant corn
A giant corn that's
because
gonna get rid of your hemorrhoids.
because you're thinking about the corns that you like to use. So it's going to turn into a giant corn because you're going to read your thoughts.
Gonna wreak havoc on your speed bumps.
Because that's what they do. They can manifest to anything. Whatever you're thinking, if somebody's believing in the Anunnaki, guess what? It will manifest to look like the Anunnaki. If somebody believes that they're reptilians, they're going to turn into the form of a reptilian. If somebody's believing in false prophets, it can manifest to look like a false prophet and come preach at you as a false prophet. That's what they do. They don't. It's kind of like they know what's in your heart. They know what's in your mind, and if they see an opening, they can influence you. You see, there's other people that are coming up against you. They're being influenced by negative things. I believe it's because that's what they do. They practice. That's why they say the crazy things that they say. Uh, they try to pretend that they're godly, but most of the things that come out of their mouth is negative stuff. So for somebody to try to be preaching to me about God this and God that, but it's basically just negative stuff coming out of the mouth. Well, it's because that's what's really within their hearts is negativity. Because if somebody that truly has love in their heart, they're going to talk to you about love, talk to you about it. They're going to tell you the truth. They're going to be like, hey, man, that things that you're doing, there could be a spiritual opening. Maybe that's what you're going through, the things that you're going through, to you make a spiritual stance. Yeah, man. They can read your
Because
mind. They can read your last thoughts or what you're thinking. If you're missing your ex-wife, runner, the one you said that was hairy, they can manifest to look like your hairy wife, man.
hey, cousin, I'm just lucky, very lucky that nothing really bad happened to me. Walking home all those nights, 2.5 miles out of town in the middle of the night, I didn't really see that many black shadows. But like I said, I did see a Lechusa, possible skinwalker, and got chased by three illegal aliens. But that as far as like La Llorona or
Yeah.
uh, a lady in white, nothing like that ever happened to me, man. And I was walking home, and I was always not in my full functional senses, man, because you know what I was doing? I was drinking, I was abusing marijuana, but I'm just glad that nothing other than that ever happened to me because in our hometown, man, there's really stuff out there, man.
Brian, what they do is like me. I'm a Tim Love Foundation, so they know what I'm about. They know I can sense them, and at times, I'm able to. I just follow my spiritual senses to where I'm hearing movement, or they might be talking a different language, or making growling sounds, or in that nature. So I move the camera to the direction. But there's times that I've witnessed them with my eyes, where they're manifested to something, but I already know that they're not real in the flesh. So that's when I go into a fight spiritually. I type on there and rebuke him in Jesus Christ's name. When I do that, they disappear, and you can smell sulfur or pestilence. Sometimes they leave some goo behind. And some of the people, you see, from our perspective, because I'm attending Love Foundation always, I know what it is. But for somebody that might see something, that might give you a different perspective because they might have an opening. I mean, they're giving the Bigfoot an offering. That's like what do you call it? Cause when they give an offering to it, it's like giving an offering. When you
Yeah,
give it a gift, it's like giving an offering.
it's giving them
So in a sense
giving
of
them an
way,
offer.
it's already they're believing in the demon, right? Because what it is, they're believing in the demon, and that person is already being bonded, being controlled by the demonic entity, demonic force, uh, the DDN or the Legion or shapeshifter Walker. It's got full control of that individual because it's
Yeah,
got them believing.
Al Gore, it's a little late. I've seen other people on other different sites, and they're using the DDN initials to describe, the demonic Nephilim. So yeah, he can't copyright it anymore. People are already using it.
And I'm the one that
They
gave
created
it
it.
the name
Yeah.
because of my investigations, and through my wisdom and knowledge of knowing of biblically things from the Bible, and having my shows with my cousin Victor. He knew about a lot of things, but me, I was already capturing and fighting them spiritually. So I gave it the name of DDN, disembodied demonic Nephilim. That's where it started right here. Yeah,
Huh,
I
okay.
remember at first people were trying to make fun of me or something like that, but it's the truth of what I'm speaking of. That's what they are. And I have short reels, so they can make fun of me all they want to. I got the evidence. You know, it's not just a story. It's not just talk. I have evidence to back it up. Of my finds.
Smurfy.
I doing Smurfy.
Ah, Bounty Bear. Evening.
How y'all doing? But yes, I'm the one that gave them the identity of CDN.
Yep, and I've seen like 2 or 3 pages, man, that they use those initials to describe that particular I'm like, look at these guys stealing my cousin's trademark.
I'm the one that gave it the DDN, disembodied demonic Nephilim. This perfect said he was dreaming about vampires. Yeah, they were sucking him.
No, I don't know, man. There's just a couple of chicks on TikTok that say they're vampires. So I go on their page and I always tell them to bite me. No, but you're right, cousin. It's like when I saw that dog man in Mississippi. It probably turned into a dog man because that's what I was thinking at that particular time.
I'm out there. How do I know that they're disembodied demonic Nephilim? I fought them from 2002. Well, I've been fighting this demonic entities all my life, but in Elms Grove, I fought them spiritually from 2002 all the way to 2015. How many years is that? Like 13 years. I fought them in Elms Grove,
No, they need a
and
razor, Brian.
and I put them to the spiritual test, and I know what they are. They're demonic in nature.
Well, yeah, it's like you said. They disappear, and that's what that the dog man did. It went into the shadow of that cotton module, and it blinked. The eyes disappeared, and then there was just a puff of smoke, and it smelled like rotten eggs.
I don't know what people call it, dog man, because it looks more like a werewolf or a lycanthrope, you know. But it's going to have a big body with a face of a chihuahua. Hey, it's possible. You know, they can take any form. So
Well,
if you lost your dog, it was a chihuahua, you're going to see the dog man with a chihuahua face. And
well, if he's got
you're
a
going to
Chihuahua face, he's probably from Mexico.
it's going to think it's your puppy, you know. Or you get a pet, it's going to turn into your pet. You're going to be petting your pet. And then the next thing you know, it's not your pet that you're petting beside you. Or you're asleep in your bed, you think it's your dog, Fido, jumping on your bed with you. And then it's not, it's something else.
Makes it sound like it's got fleas, man. Al
I
Gore.
never killed it. I never liked the current dog. To me, it sounds ridiculous. Yeah, it is. I mean, honestly, I mean, there is dogs in this world. But yeah, I guess they said man, they put man beside it, but they already had lycanthrope, or werewolf, which we all know what that means.
Luke Garou. Why not a Catwoman? Because Batman won't like that.
He's saying we're not a cat man. There is a panther man.
Black Panther, didn't you see him on the screen? Wakanda forever.
No, there's like I said, they can manifest to whatever. You want a cat man? They'll manifest into a cat man for you. What color cat is in your imagination? They'll go to your mind and manifest to what you're thinking. For those that are afraid of spiders, they can manifest to look like a spider. If you're afraid of snakes, they can manifest to look like snakes. Why? For the fear factor. They come at you in all kinds of ways. They have many abilities, man. I'm telling you.
Cousin, can I say a story real quick, man?
Go
I
ahead.
have forgotten about this particular thing that happened to me, man. I was working for a natural gas company called Cody Energy, and I was a gate guard. All right, it was my job to let people in and out of the property, right? So they sent me to this location, man, where I had to travel. I think I traveled about 6 hours from Raymondville to get where I was going, and they put me in this place, man, where I did not get any television signals, not even with the huge antenna I had, no radio signals, man. And I was there for like 2 weeks. I think in the 2 weeks I saw two cars pass by, man, in the middle of nowhere, cousin. The very first night I stayed there, man, I was in a little trailer. The only lights were running off the generators that I had, right? The first night, man, I hear like a grunting sound coming from outside the trailer, and then my whole trailer starts shaking, man. And I'm up against the wall, man, on where my bed is. I reach under, I pull out my 38, and I'm just pointing at the door, thinking whoever comes into that door, you're gonna get smoked. But they shook my trailer up, and there was some growling going, man. I don't know what it was. Like I said, I was in the middle of nowhere, man. So in the morning, I got up, right, and I looked all around the trailer house. There was no footprints, man. No footprints, no hair or fur anywhere. So I don't know what it was, but it was trying to get into the trailer house, man. But yeah, that's another story I hadn't told you that happened to me.
They can do that. You know, they won't leave. Like these people that said they got footprints and all this, man. It's like to me, that's honestly, man, kind of like man-made. When you step in the mud and your foot slides, the print looks bigger. I believe that's what that is. Honestly, you know, not to take away from anybody's work of making casts. When you think you see a footprint, you just do a cast and you get a picture of a foot of some sort. But I think the better proof would be physical evidence. If they will find the carcass of one that's dead, or they always have excuses. So, well, they hide their dead pretty good, and nobody can find them.
Nope, it's like the elephant
Yeah,
graveyard.
that's what they say, right? But then it's like the Bigfoot is like the number one hide and go seek player of the world. That they have the Guinness Book of Record because nobody's ever been able to find one.
Yep.
And that's what it comes down to. That I know what it is. That they just don't have the ability of hide and go seek. They have the ability of disappearing in thin air right in front of you. What happened to my cousin with what they call the dog man? What would you name it? What would you call it, cousin? If you what you seen how it looked, what would you name it?
I wouldn't name it a werewolf, cousin. That's what it was. That's what it was. This guy says that he's got a picture of a dead
Wendigo?
yeah, a dead I don't know what this is, a big dog esque creature, probably a werewolf.
There's a lot of people that say they have a lot of things, but when I look at it, I do a good screenshot and it's debunked that it's from a movie prop, or that it's somebody that played a hoax and stuff like that.
Daniel 5904, have you really seen a werewolf in person? To say that they're not really spectacular? I've seen two.
it's, it's not they're not spectacular. Yeah, it disappeared because guess why? Because it's a demon. Any residue it leaves behind, if it's crap, you put the crap in a location. By the time you go try to get some samples out of it, it's gone. It vanishes. It goes back to its realm.
It was in Mississippi. Sherry Sunshine.
The gin is the same thing. So I don't believe anything anybody says they got any kind of hair samples or any kind of saliva, because everything disappears. They come from a different realm. If they leave residue, that I've seen it where uh, the crap disappears out of nowhere. It's like you can have a big old pile of different kinds of crap. because you had demons coming to your house, leaving all kinds of residue. You spend a whole day shoveling it and putting the pile, and as you're looking at the pile, it's very huge. You look away and you look back, and it's completely gone. So it's like, what was I shoveling all day? Me and my brother, we had an experience like that, which it just disappeared. The whole pile that we had put in a wheelbarrow, and we're doing that all day long, disappeared, just vanished. It did a Houdini.
Yes,
So
Sherry, they disappear because they're not in the flesh. They're demonic. They're spirits. That's why they disappear.
yeah, they,
Sorry,
they can
cousin.
be they're visible because they're disembodied. They're ghosts. They can be like ghosts. They're disembodied, but they're demonic. You know, that's why I call it manifestations, because they're not here in the flesh, is but they're able to manifest. When you think about manifestations, you can think about aliens, because they can manifest to look like human beings, but why? You put them together, it's because they're demons. You think about aliens, they get to look like humans, or that they're wearing some kind of people say they're wearing some kind of outfit or something that look realistic. No, it's because they're demonic in nature, and that's the truth about it.
Here's your key. All right.
Or was that?
He was asking if we found the key, so I found the key to get him out of here.
Uh, but yeah, that's what they are. They're demonic in nature, and I know there's people that dislike when I say that, because it takes everything, all the studies that they do, and what they're believing in, because they're looking at old texts, old scriptures, from the pharaohs and from the hieroglyphics and all this stuff. But we know what they are. Put it to the spiritual test. You know, doesn't matter
Daniel,
what manifestation you take. Just put it to the spiritual test.
Daniel, the one I saw wasn't an outfit. My brother, that was on top of a.
He's talking about the people in costumes.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. I thought he was talking about the werewolf.
no, the people in costumes that are hoaxers. Yeah, that's deception.
Mm-hmm.
But they're doing it because they want to pull more people in to believe in Bigfoot, to think that, to say, "Hey, look, we got a movie." I seen a video today where you could literally tell it's a dude in costume, and they made it to TV. I'm like, what the hell is this? You could literally tell it's a person running around in a costume, pretending to be a Bigfoot. It's like, I don't even know how they made it to TV. Uh, somebody saying that that they spotted a Bigfoot and all this. You could literally tell it was a guy in a costume. Most likely the guy that was that they were speaking about it, that was the guy, because he looked kind of fat. The Bigfoot looked fat. It's just a person in costume pretending to be Bigfoot. You see that all the time on YouTube, on TikTok, Instagram. All these hoaxers, man.
That that
You should.
Bigfoot, that Bigfoot was at the store playing Kinko. Daniel, what did it look like? Well, I was standing on a module feeder at a cotton gin, and I happened to look out over the yard, and it was taller than the modules, so that made it at least 8 or 9 feet tall, almost 10. Uh, it was like reddish brown in color, and it was walking on twos. Since we had housing there on site, everybody stopped and jumped in pickups, and they were chasing it. And it was in front, running in front of the pickups, and it was like teleporting. It would be one place, and then another, and then another, and another. And I was the only one running on the fool on the ground instead of boots on the ground, fool on the ground. I felt something. My hairs all stood on end. I stopped running. I looked to my right, and I saw some red eyes in the shadow of a module, cotton module. And I started walking toward it. And it started slinking down from the standing position. Right before it hit the ground, it blinked, disappeared, and there was a puff of smoke, and it smelled like rotten eggs, man.
Yeah, it's demonic in nature.
And yeah, we looked at each other eye to eye, man, and the only thing I had on me was a box cutter, but I showed it no fear.
Demonic in nature. That's what they are. I go to the woods all the time by myself. Uh, During the day, I've been there at nighttime, 3, 4 in the morning. I captured the red eyes one night, where it's looking at me and it moves, but I didn't physically see it with my eyes. I think I might have seen one with the eyes, and I thought maybe it's an owl. But I captured it numerous times throughout the video as I ran around the bend, and I had a flashlight with me. I heard it sounded like a banshee. It made this scream at me. I could see some movement real fast, but then it's like, okay, I don't know what that is. So I just started praying, and I said, "It's time to go get out of here." So I walked out of there. I walked out of there I had no fear. It's just there was definitely something there that made a yell at me, like a banshee. I'm talking about nectoplasm. You said it smelled like what, cousin? When it disappeared?
Rotten eggs, man.
Rotten eggs.
Hmm?
Yes, brother Daniel. I've seen a lot of skinwalker shapeshifters and wendigos here in Central Texas. They're pretty territorial, man. If you go into their land where it's their territory, then they'll go visit you, give you a visit.
Huh, Morgan?
Somebody says a sulfur and brimstone.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Brian.
Yes, and they don't even have to take the physical form to touch you. If you have a spiritual opening, then they can touch you. They can hit you. When I was fighting spiritually, I was getting hit in the back, fly 4 or 5 feet in the air, tuck, tumble, roll, get up with my guards ready to fight. There'll be nobody there. How can you fight something that's not there in the flesh? The way you fight it is through Jesus Christ.
Yes, they can.
Yes, any of these beings that we're speaking about, if they can touch you, they can push you. So if you're by a ridge, that's what they did to me. They shoved me from a ridge. Almost got banged up real bad, but I survived. They shoved me off a little cliff that went into a creek. It was like a 12, 13 foot drop, 14.
Yes,
No, it
Daniel.
was higher than that. It had to be like 16, 16, 16. It's pretty tall. So they shoved me from the back. I heard footsteps, and boom, I get shoved. I had groceries in my hand. I got shoved. Luckily I'm a strong guy. I was able to lift the bag with the groceries, grab this tree, and the tree bent all the way down into the creek. And the creek was well, there was no water in it, so I was going to land in the what do you call it? The bottom of the creek. What is it called? I said it last time. For the limestone that's in the creek bed.
You hit the bedrock.
So yeah, the bedrock. So luckily, the tree that I grabbed, it was able to bend, and then I just let it go and landed on my feet without hurting myself, but the back's ripped that I had. So I'm picking up my food from the creek, and I'm looking around me because I heard the footsteps. So I'm looking to see if I see anything. The Tonka ones, Tonka one here from Central Texas. Let me lower down my voice a little bit. The Tonka ones, that's how they will hunt. They didn't believe in agriculture. They were just meat eaters, you know, and they were into cannibalism. So when they would hunt, they would wait for the buffalo. There used to be buffalo at one point in time here, so they would push the buffalo or the deer off the cliffs. So when they land in the big creek, to break their legs, and then they go finish it off. That's how they attack. I'm just being honest. I experienced those events,
Yes, did
and
I?
take me. Anybody, I can. The people that said that there's a dog been LBO, I prove it that it's a demon. I'll go there and I'll prove it to the people that it's a demon. It's when I capture it to a video and it makes its presence known, I'll fight it spiritually. There's people that's hunting it, thinking it's a real flesh being, have weapons and all this, and till this day, no evidence that it's real at all. But of course, people is watching a werewolf. Well, they're not lying because they had the manifestation of a werewolf. But the secret behind that, the true nature of it is that it's demonic, and he has those capabilities to manifest. So if somebody's seen something, they're actually not lying on what they're saying. It's just if they were look a little bit more into the research, they'll find out that it's demonic in nature. The the chiefs, the chiefs of the tribes will say that the Sasquatch was evil, that it corrupted some of their natives, some of the natives through witchcraft and necromancy, aka skinwalker shapeshifters. It corrupted them. They learned the arts of the witchcraft and necromancy. Indrid Gold. What do you think about that, cousin? What he's talking about the smiley man. What do you think about that?
Well, I don't know if he was called the Indrid Cold. I just know that he used to appear outside your window every night.
The withered man, or the one I seen, had a lot of ants all over him. Looked like he had ants all over his body, and you could see his teeth and his eyes, white eyes. He was naked.
I hated that guy, man. He would always show up at that window, man, just looking. But I guess you had everything we're talking about actually appeared at your house. Just about everything, man.
Yeah, it's like when I do these lives and I share this information that I'm sharing, the cults get pissed off. What I mean by cults is those the devil and the witchcraft and ornaments, they get pissed off because I'm trying to reveal the truth of what's really out there, and they get pissed off. And The cults there are in the crypt, there are cults in the crypto community. They really worship Lucifer, and they continue the narrative of Bigfoot. But they know what it
Daniel,
is. They know what it is. It's not a flesh being. They know it's demonic in nature.
Daniel 59:4. Bigfoot is still hard to find. He's probably hanging out with Waldo, man. You might find them both together.
Oh, in our town, we got a smiley face. I don't know if it's still there.
Night, Rich Runner.
The water tower that we had has a smiley face. Good night, runner. So even the place they were at, that could be as accursed very easily. All right. There's not that many viewers here tonight. Probably
Yes,
it's
sir. We had
midweek.
we had 32 at one point, man, but I got rid of some of them because they were just trolling.
So I think a lot of the views might be trolls, man. Just trying to find out what they, and I'll stick to my truth 100%.
Me
Because
too.
I would have witnessed what I experienced, what I seen, that it wasn't a flesh being, but they have many capabilities.
Wow. What are we on, Sugar Hill? We on your mama, man. Bye. Wow. Swear, man.
Haters are gonna hate.
The thing is, cousin, it just sometimes it gets to me because we've actually lived this, man, and experienced it live, and they don't get it, man.
It's kind of like this. Sometimes people have to experience something in order to know that it's true. I had people that said, "Hey," I said, "I don't believe you." They told me I don't believe you, and they've gone to the area. And we want to see it for ourselves, and they got freaking dropped. They got the energy drain that I had to literally pick them up and carry them on my shoulder to safety. And they literally got dropped by the DDN. They're very territorial.
Have a good night, Sherry Sunshine. God bless you as well.
Thank you, Sister Sherry. Shari. I think it's Shari.
Mm.
We'll give it a little Spanish. Shari. Shari. Good night. God bless you. Oh, yeah.
Oh, like Sherry. Okay, Shari.
Oh, like Sherry. But Shari sounds good too. Shari. Kind of sounds like a little bit of French there. Shari. Parlez-vous français?
The only know how to say. The only thing I know how to say in French is "Where's the bathroom?"
Oui, oui, monsieur. I'm watching the Pink Panther. Inspector, what was the inspector's name for the Pink Panther?
Oh man, I can't remember. It's been so long. And now I'm thinking about it. I'm
Start
never
with
gonna
start with
remember
the U, no Uzo or something like that.
something like that.
Been a long time,
Cluzo,
man.
Inspector Cluzo.
Cluso.
Yeah,
Check out the show reel, guys. Check out the show reel that I placed today. Before I started this live, I created a show reel, and you're gonna be able to see it. And that one looks a little bit different than the other ones. It's like a bigger head. It looks freaked out. Check it out. I think sister what was her name? That was here. Can't remember her name. Was it Alberta? That she seen it and she freaked out with it.
yeah.
Was it Alberta?
Let me go back.
I'm looking. I can't remember her name. Um, check it out. Check out the story, y'all. The one that I captured. It was Sister Roberta. Yeah,
Yeah, Roberta.
she seen it. They have, I believe, there could be elementals also because this one's. I could see the energy. I have a picture of one of them that I haven't placed. I'll create the show reel tomorrow or later on today. That you can see the energy in the eyes, and the energy that's in the eyes is like a white energy, but you can see the energy red in the eyes, and it's looking at me, you know, by the old line, looking at me.
It will probably be the first video you come to, Daniel, because it was placed before he started the live today.
Because I have another one, Sister Roberta, that I haven't placed, and you can see the energy, you can see the eyes and the energy in the eyes. Yeah, she said the one with the horns is creepy. The shapeshifter skinwalker. When I when I captured that picture of the shapeshifter skinwalker, I heard chanting, like native chanting. I was hearing drum beats, and then I heard a lot on the EVP that I had. I heard a lot of a lot of disembodied voices, like they were ready to go to combat, like they were hyped up. That's what I caught on the EVP and on the. But I took a picture because I felt something near me, and I heard something, and just took a picture, and that's what I captured. Is that image. The wolf coyote. You know what? The one that I have, man, it looks freaked out. I have one that kind of looks like I don't know. I don't think it's. I think it kind of looks like a watcher. Like the watcher, not the DDN, but it actually looks like a watcher. How they would look like if they were part bird or and they're wearing certain garments. I don't know. I just don't know. People call them the Anunnaki, right? I capture something like that. She just give me a feeding time, never offering no candy or nothing. He said he was a peeping Tom. Somebody saying that the Anunnaki is all gray, tall and gray. I've seen one that manifests and the face is white, and I've seen another one that the face is all red. But I'm thinking those are more of the native skinwalker shapeshifters that they put on war paint. That's what they would do is color the faces red for war. Yeah, it's probably blood. The ultraviolet rays of the sun, it breaks their uh, disembodied manifestation. It gives a color, which you'll be able to see them. That's why they hide in the woods to stay away from the sunlight because it breaks their cover. Yes, that's what they are. Just people give them different names. I guess to stick to the narrative. But I know a name of some other ones that are affiliated with them, what they want to be called, and they're the ones that come from the location where the souls are being tortured, where the flesh comes on and off, and it's an everlasting torture. I know the names of those that are down there. They're called many names, but they made it simple for me. They said that people call them the tormentors. That's their name, and they said that every single one of them has an individual name. But I didn't spiritually. I didn't want to know anything about them, but I know they exist. The Sueño, cuz.
No, my eyes are itching, man.
Oh yeah.
Damn diabetes.
Man, that's a good one, but I mean,
They've also been longer than us, Brian. That's what. It's not smarter. It's just that they've been here longer.
witchcraft and necromancy from back then. You had wizards with the pharaohs that they could do a lot of things that was through the dark arts.
Well, Morgan, to answer your question, I heard that they were fallen angels that were attacking, but a lot of other people said it was just a cover up to for something else.
That day that happened, they had the list of Upstein's Island come out, so it was staged. There wasn't no aliens that really landed there. It was just a cover up of what was really happening out there. What some I guess some kids were fighting or something like that. That's what the people was trying to stay away from the fighting. a
Sounds like you getting sleepy, cousin.
little bit. I've had a rough day yesterday with a procedure that they didn't do.
They got you all hyped up to get that nail done, and then they let you down.
Well, I'm glad it didn't happen because then we'll be matching, man. Me and you from the toes.
You don't want this, man. You're gonna
No, I'm
walk in
saying
there, but you're gonna
that's what I'm
crawl out.
saying. That they told me that if they attempt to move it and my toe gets infected, then they might have
You
to take it off or something like that.
gonna either take off
So
the toe
that's
or take off the foot.
the, the toe.
Cause hey, man, they cut it off. They cut mine off and kicked me out of the hospital that same day.
Was it that messed up, man? Your toe?
It had a hole on the side. It didn't, to me, it didn't look infected because I was taking care of it. But they said that I had the beginning of a bone infection.
Oh wow.
I'm looking at it right now. Every time I see it, man, I get depressed.
Uh,
You know why? No more kung fu. I got no balance.
you could improvise like those karate movies from back in the day with the cripples or fighting.
Uh,
Those they're like the guys
there's,
that only had the arms and they move the arms and
cousin, there's no way to put a prosthetic on it. Look, they cut it off at the knuckle, man. There's no way to put a prosthetic on it, man. So yeah, be glad that's not in your future. When I walk on the side of my foot, man. I don't plant the first two toes. I don't plant them. I just walk on the last two toes.
wow. So you lose your balance, you have to wear like a cane.
I don't I don't go for the pimp look, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't use a cane, but if I forget what I'm doing and I set my foot flat, I always trip.
So it- it'd be like doing the cholo walk, man.
Yep, yep. I got a pimp walk.
Pimping, pimping, pimping.
Pimping ain't easy. I know, man. It disappears. It's a reptilian toe.
He's wait, he's waiting for it to grow back.
People ask me what happened. I tell them I cut myself shaving.
Oh man, man, I hope my toes don't get messed up, man. And starting season really is gonna have to go into retirement.
Have a good night, Brian.
Everybody's leaving. Everybody's tired, man. Midweek.
Yes,
What?
if you can't make fun of yourself, Prima Ivy, then you have serious problems. You know, I look at the funny side of everything. Hmm.
Somebody says, why would they?
It's because Bonnie Beard's asking, since the fallen ones, do you think the opposite will show here also? You mean the angels?
They're already here.
Mm-hmm.
They've been fighting spiritually.
No, I always tell them it's always up someone's butt. What did you see, Bounty? Yeah, I broke it off in someone's butt.
So I guess a foot fetish is out of the equation. Toe fetish.
No, they can't toe fetish me, man, because it's like an hour later. It's
No
gone.
man.
It's gone now, and it's gone later. Never seen a good what? Daniel?
I've seen the videos; they're fake.
Yes, they're here.
I have a picture or something. It's got a bright light. It's standing on the ground in front of me. I don't know what it is, but I captured it. Maybe I'll share it with y'all. See what y'all see. I'll create a show reel of that too.
You want to hear
It's
something
it.
funny, cuz? Today, I was sitting at the kitchen table eating, and I could actually feel my missing toe, man. I felt it. I could feel the pain in the toenail that I used to have.
Oh
Damn
wow!
phantom toe. Yeah, that never goes away, man. It'll come back every now and then. You'll feel it.
You want to say a story, cuz?
Huh?
Well, you already said the one. Trying to think of a. Well, man, I catch all kinds of activity there. I guess the craziest one you were there that day was. You better check out the video, man. When I got the sword in my hand, cuz,
Then it broke.
and then
Yeah.
I run into that truck out in the woods.
Yes,
You-
Alex, the phantom toe. It's a Jedi.
Yeah, when I went out to the woods over there, when I found the truck of the missing person, that was crazy, man. It was hot and heavy that day. You were there in the live when you were telling me to
Yeah, I
get
was
out
on the
of.
live when you did that. I was telling you to get out
What
of
were you
there.
seeing, cuz?
I was just seeing a bunch of activity around you, man. They had already surrounded you, and anywhere you turned, you no matter which way you went, you were gonna get physically attacked or spiritually drained.
They were all around me. I got the pictures of how they look. There were a bunch of them there that day. They were right there beside me, trying to whisper in my ear. They went, "Gee wee wees." Now
Yeah,
they
man.
were
Yes,
literally
Murphy.
whispering, trying to talk to me through my ears, because that's how they attack is through your senses, through your tear ducts, through your nose, through your mouth, and of course your privates, succubus, incubus.
Lightsaber comes out. It was Toe Vader, Murphy.
So Vader, or that's angels. The angels have the ability to look like humans. They're amongst us. Who worships what? I don't understand. Oh, it says Solar worships demons. I don't know.
I've never worshipped a demon, Daniel. So I don't have bad habits like that.
He's talking about Solar.
No.
I'll be right back, cuz.
All right, man. Yeah. They're out there, Solar. You ain't the only one that's seen them. They're out there, man. It's people that don't believe that become the first victims of the war, the spiritual war. Let me see. The first time I went to Mississippi, Alex. The company that we work for provided housing. So they gave us this big house that there was two houses put together. But what they didn't tell us was that it was in the middle of a graveyard. Okay, so I worked during the night shift, and when I would come home in the morning, we'd all go to sleep. Everybody had separate rooms, but in my room there was the ghost of a little girl that appeared there, and she would open and close my bedroom door, and if I locked that door, she would come out of the closet and go and stand at the foot of my bed, just saying that she just wanted to play. And I could see her; she was dressed in a white gown, and she had blood on her face and blood in her hair, and she would just run around the house doing mischief, man. And in that house, they did not have a doorbell button, but sometimes you could hear a doorbell ringing. When you looked out of the windows, you could see the graves, man. All the gravestones, you could see them from the windows. Then there was a creek and some woods on the right hand side of the house, and I saw a gray werewolf there one morning. Anyway, that's my story. I wonder what my cousin's doing. I remember seeing a hellhound here in Fort Worth. I was I think 14 years old at the time, and I was going home around 2 in the morning, and yeah, I wasn't in my right senses. I had been drinking and doing other stuff, and my hair stood up on the back of my neck, and I turned back and looked, and it was the biggest black dog with red eyes just running at me. And I started running, but it was gaining on me, so I climbed a tree and I just kept staring at it. It sat under that tree till just about daybreak, and then it just disappeared. That was the my first and only experience with a hellhound. So anyway, those are two stories that y'all could hope y'all enjoyed. I did it. I was thinking other things, man, and the last one it made me sober. Hi, cousin. Welcome back.
Yeah, I've never seen a gray. What people are talking about.
A gray is an alien with big eyes, man, but it's not an alien. It's a demon.
Yeah,
Any aliens that people say that they see,
uh,
they're demons.
yeah. I'm just saying that I haven't seen a gray demon.
Well, like you said, they can manifest into anything, cousin.
Yeah, they can manifest to what you're
And,
thinking.
and I don't know why they want to probe people in the butt.
Well, that's why they attack spiritually, through the senses, and the the butt is is how they enter. The succubus, the incubus.
Yes, Alex, I was in the tree for at least 4.5 hours, man, because like I said, I was walking home. It was 2 in the morning. I missed my curfew.
They say all these stories, but that they're flesh and blood, but there's no evidence that they're flesh and blood because no dog man. There's no Bigfoot. That no carcass or no body or not even a what people call a juvenile. Not even. What I witnessed, they're demonic in nature. Yeah. Well, check it out. I got a story for y'all. Is what okay? Y'all ever see like when they caught that shark in the ocean that was supposed to be extinct, and the way it looked like very old. You know what I'm talking about? I think it was in China where they captured that shark that looked like something out of an old movie. Because it was prehistoric, so it looked old. I was at my friend's house, and I was changing out her spark plugs, and she said, she was inside, and it was daylight, it was hot, and I was changing the spark plugs, and I took a little break, drank some water, and it's like I seen something. I see something looking at me from behind the trees, and then and what I witnessed was this: the head was sticking out from behind the trees, and he had four horns, four horns, and he was looking at me, and then he just opened up his wings. He started flying. He wasn't even flapping wings; it was just like levitating itself, and it was huge. He kind of resembled a dragon, but it was on toes. He had the wings that like dragon wings, and it was just going up in the air. And by the time I grabbed my phone to try to take a picture, it was really real high already, like up there in the air. It was massive. He had to be that one man. Oof, I would say like 15 feet, 16, 17 feet tall.
Hi,
Uh,
video.
he was like color black. I believe it was a demon. He had like four horns. Like I'm talking about horns, like the pointy ones on his forehead, and he was looking at me. He just took off in the air. I started praying against it, but it was huge. Well, that location, if you see, I think I put a short reel from the location where it was my friend's house. You can see a road, and I captured something there because I went through Google Maps to see if there was really something there, and I found something there, standing there, but it was big. How you doing, the dude? He just didn't move so fast. I mean, it wasn't even moving fast. It kind of reminded me of those movies from back in the day with Rodan. You know how Rodan was,
A
but it was
pterodactyl?
yeah, like Rodan, but the face was demonic, and he had horns. Maybe a possible gargoyle.
Wow.
He came and turned into shadow. Actually, check out the show reel. Look at my show reels. I think it was like four, like I don't know, a couple of days, like last week when I put it on there. That one on the road. What I did is I went to Google Maps just to search the location and look. I went back on years just to see if I could see anything there because my friend would always say she would feel a presence there. And I seen it. I found it. You know, it was there, real tall. But that one, I don't know. It looks like a big lycanthrope or werewolf. Oh yeah, they can change. They could, if the shapeshifter skinwalkers got the abilities for them, there you go. And their manifestation is just temporarily. Somebody said they were shadow people, and they were, yeah.
Wow.
No, it's probably somebody said probably demons, aka aliens. No, it's demons. No, you hear somebody say beam me up, Scotty, and that's a whole different story.
It is a witch, Texas outlaws. A witch that can manifest to bird form.
Owl form looks like an owl, but it's bigger than an owl. The owls in here in Texas are like think 4.5 feet. They can be 4.5 feet tall, but the ones we seen are a lot taller than that. La bruja, it's a lechuza. Is a bruja is the manifestations they take is of the lechuza. Do you want me to make the sound? No, I'm just playing.
It is 3 in the morning, cousin.
Last
Well,
time
just
I made the
about.
sound, something appeared. I heard some some noises here in the house, and I heard somebody say something to me.
Right now? Oh, back then? Yeah.
Yeah, it's 2:52.
Mm-hmm.
Una lechuza. See, lechuza negras, dark, black owls, or should I say black lechuzas, which is a bruja's manifestation that you can take.
Yeah. Up next.
I'll take it out there with me. You got to take a flashlight. Tell me to do the whistle sound.
El
Man,
otro también, Lumnick's telling you to whistle at it. You know that the legend says that if you whistle and it whistles and you whistle back, that it comes looking for you to take your eye.
uh, yeah.
No, man, Al Gore, La Llorona is in a triple team, man. She always travels with it's La Llorona, El Chamuco, and El Cucuy. They travel together. They're tag
Oh,
team.
there's a person that made a video about it. Lechuza,
Yeah, Chamuco.
el chamuco.
El Chamuco. He travels with El Cucuy and La Llorona. They're a trio. They're a tag team trio.
Estoy muy mal.
Yes, Daniel. She's crying because she killed her children.
And she's always roaming the earth looking for her children. And if your children ain't baptized, she can come for them.
Or if
If
you're cheating on your
if you're a
spouse, she'll
man,
come
you're
for
being
you.
unfaithful to your wife, she'll come after you.
Yes, Bonnie Bear. It is sad.
But for something to make her do what she did is demonically influenced. Kind of
Oh,
like the woman that she killed like 5 or 6 of her children.
yes, Daniel. She got lied to by a married man, and then she killed her children. You can usually find it around water, Daniel.
Used to hate it when my supposed to tell me that story.
You find it around water, Daniel, or in the rain.
I say it's a succubus. Mm, well, she goes after unfaithful men. Says, do you believe most serial killers are possessed? Well, I seen a cricket in here by my feet. A la chingada. It's a little cricket jumping around. Uh,
I don't know about that, Daniel, because once you see her, that she sees you, that's a different thing, man. Better hope you're baptized.
uh, I'm from San Antonio. Have y'all been Donkey Lady Bridge? I never heard of it. Donkey Lady Bridge.
You seen the Wendigo, Daniel, and seen the carcass of them,
Carcass of who?
of a Wendigo.
So, you seen a carcass of a Wendigo?
That's what Daniel says that he's seen a Wendigo and seen carcasses of them.
We take picture of the carcass and the Wendigo.
He says that they have human teeth.
Ah, I have a picture on Snapchat. I don't do Snapchat, man. Uh, you got any other platform, Daniel? YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok?
Yeah, well, neither do lechuzas because when they get caught by the sun, they have to transform back to their real bodies and they might die.
I'm on Instagram under HCS, I believe. I'm not sure. The carcass.
No, in the daylight, the lechuza transforms back into the human female, to the witch.
All right, you can send it, man. Are you getting sleepy, cuz? Are you
No,
good?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Ace was just like 30 to 45 minutes from where I live, Bounty Bear.
Can you say?
Hannah Montero's. I saw a coyote the other day at the graveyard in daylight. It was like 12 noon, and it was out there running around in the graveyard. And it was a coyote.
And where there's one coyote, there's
There's a pack.
others. There's a pack looking at your every move.
Is that the coyote you see? You don't see the other ones that are watching you. That's why I
They
told my
they'll,
mom not to get out
they
the
will
truck.
attack in a pack.
It is from cannibalism, Daniel. That's why they became Wendigo because they were eating human flesh.
Yep. It says, "Do you believe in a dog man?" I believe that. Well, I'm not gonna say believe, but I say there are lycanthropes, werewolves, shapeshifter, skinwalker. Uh, that there are demonic in nature. Of what I've captured through my debunking of videos, that they're in that nature, and that what I've seen, that they're demonic in nature, especially when you're saying the Our Father, and it responds to that and says the Holy One, and they're all saying that. I believe they're, the Legion knew who Jesus Christ was. So when they acknowledge, when they have the ability to acknowledge the Our Father, that's letting you know a lot, that they're demonic in nature, or they could have been the Legion, because they know they were once part of the one third. It's the Legion. They know the Heavenly Father.
Well, Daniel, you ain't got to worry if you got a bunch of stray dogs out there. Or you ain't got to worry about a Wendigo running amok out there because they only eat humans. They don't eat dogs. They're cannibals.
If anybody wants to send me pictures of what they're talking about, you can. You all send me pictures of what y'all talking about. You can hit me through Messenger. If y'all got Facebook, I got Messenger under HCS. My Instagram is, I can't remember my Instagram. I, what's up, cuz?
I'm gonna have to go get my charger, cousin.
If not, we can call it a night. También, so you can get some rest.
Well,
I mean,
it's on you, cousin. If you
I
want to end
mean,
it, we can end it.
it's kind of like a slow night tonight. It's already going to be 3 in the morning.
Well, it's already 3 in the morning, cousin. It's the demon hour right now.
I mean, let me go outside and take a little walk. See if we capture us any dog man or werewolves or whatever you want to call them. Somebody said keep the show running. I just got here.
Ya estamos cansados, dude.
Right. time
Let's
I want to
do
take
it.
a rebel
Cálmate,
with me.
Montes.
I want to
Órale.
take rebel with me. Oh, rebel. I took rebel outside here with me.
Well, while he's out there, man, I'm gonna go get my charger and see what happens.
Yeah, I brought my dog out this time. You see the lights in the neighborhood? Ooh, looks like a storm coming. Yeah, there's lightning in the sky. Looks like a thunderstorm coming this ways. I want to show y'all something real quick. Something's been breaking through the fence over here, and they keep on repairing the fence. I believe those skinwalker shapeshifters or whatever you call them. But check it out. Look at something's been breaking through the fence, and they keep on breaking through the fence. And but they put some repairs on that fence. As I seen the lechuza last time on the tree. The lechuza was standing right here in the road, and I was coming from over here, and it wouldn't move out of the way. And it flew to the top of the tree, and I started praying, and it was looking at me, but it never got off the tree. Yeah, but the fence right there, something keeps on breaking through the fence. See all those repairs? Keeps on breaking through the fence and breaking the fence. It could be the wild animals, looking for food.
Hey, with a name like Elvis, man, you shouldn't be talking crap. Elvis has left the building. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Elvis, exit stage right.
All right. Let me go inside. Come on, Rebel. The rain's coming. We don't want the Llorona to come out of nowhere.
She already knows you.
Rebel, come on, Rebel. Rebel, let's go.
You on the other side of Lake Worth? Dang it, Nancy. Yeah, Alex. Thank you. Thank you very much. Uh-huh. Yeah, the elotero.
Yeah, some energy over there. As I was walking down the street, it's like my hair's kind of stood up some. But I was looking around, I didn't see nothing. But I did hear some disembodied whispers, like trying to whisper by my ear. Maybe the camera caught it.
Hopefully it did. If you felt it, you're usually never
Yeah, it
wrong.
was saying. So, I heard sounded like a woman's voice say something to me. For some reason, they sure like to mimic the. No, but it could be the brujas. It says something.
It is that time, 3 in the morning.
Shadow people. Yeah. I don't know what you would call them. Shadow people. Well, they're just shadows. Bultos. Guess people. That's what they want to call them. But if you call them shadow people, it means it's something that's alive. They're not alive. They're just a spirit. I guess because they look like people. Maybe. That's right, Sister Bunny Hunter Bear. I've been in some very dark areas, especially when I was in the military. When I ran into the DDN, uh, they were formed around where we burned the trash. There was still like fire. I guess the ashes burning underneath, and you could see the heat coming off of there with the PVS sevens in my vision, and you could see the DDN standing around the pit. They were tall, just standing around there with they had like some of them had those hoods, those black things over their head, and they'll be standing around the heat like they're draining the energy of the fire.
Yeah, it wasn't a person, Lumpnik. It was a spirit.
Yes,
That a
Pelican
complete.
Bay,
It's
Lakeside Estates.
that on the other side of Lake Worth. Dang it, Nancy.
See this about where you live?
I'm not sure. I'm just asking. Just because he does, Lumpnik. Jesus controls everything. They flee when they hear his name.
Yeah. I think Lumpnik is
So I was asking dang it,
corn
Nancy. She was
corn on the cob.
close to where I live.
I've been
Well,
to areas where there's mountains. When I was in Europe, a lot of things out there, but it's to me of what I witnessed. Yeah, there's wild animals out there in Germany. You have wild boars that are as big as cows with tusks, and they do attack, especially if their little ones are running around you. They come out of nowhere and they charge you. They try to gore you.
well, Lumpnik, if they were coming in your house, maybe your mom and dad were bonded. That's the only way they can come in your house.
They had some authorization authority to go in there because the head of the household was being bonded, or somebody could have been dabbling with something.
That's why.
Something said Matthews.
Yeah, that's why they were coming in the house, man, because there was a lot of meth used in the house.
Well, there you go. Amen.
Amen. Dang it, Nancy. That's cool. Love that.
Been doing training to become an Army Ranger.
That's cool, Danny.
You in the military, Daniel?
Oh wow, Smurfy.
There you go. That was the opening. The dark arts. Brujeria. Santanista.
Back in the 80s, man, over here on the other side of Lake Worth, there was a community that they were all devil worshippers, man. I don't know if they still live in the same area, but back then, you go in through there at night, they chase you.
Alumnic said, no, meth is an addiction, bro. Meth is an addiction, but you're leaving a spiritual opening to get attacked spiritually because you're
Uh,
being bonded by the meth.
how do you use meth? Do you smoke it? If you smoking, then that's a smoke offering to a demon.
Yep. But there are around us in a disembodied form. That's why you hear the whispers sometimes. They're not showing you their image or appearance, but those whisper something to your ear or talk a different language just to try to get the fear factor in there. Like what happened to me right now? That I was walking back and it was whispering something. What time is it? 3:18. You got any other stories, cousin?
No,
No,
not
we're
really.
talking.
'Cause
They're talking about shadow figures.
what are
We see those
what
a
are
lot,
meps?
man. In Rainbow, they'll be following you in the streets, no?
Yep. What are meeps or meps, cousin?
Huh?
But Daniel said he's almost waiting for MEPS.
The MEP
Um,
station is where they go. They do the physical and all that, and they sign in to join the military. It's called a MEP station.
oh, okay. You never found a Bigfoot skeleton because it's a disembodied demonic Nephilim. Look, Nick.
Yeah,
Wow. That a tie
but the
binder,
shadow figures,
a tie
I would see
binder
them all the
rebuking the
time.
name of Jesus. Leave my dwelling. Wow.
What happened?
Sorry. Something touched the back of my arm, man. It
Let's
went like
pray.
this. It went like this to me. So I just rebuked
Oh
it.
yeah. Okay, let's pray. Heavenly Father, at this time, we would like to place heavenly spiritual crosses on all of us from head to toe. We type under rebuke and take authority in Jesus Christ's name against any demonic presence or witchcraft and necromancy. We type under rebuke you in Jesus Christ's name. Amen.
Amen. Nobody's doing meth, dang it, Nancy. It was in the past.
I thought he said he was doing math, like as in 1 plus 1 equals 2.
No, he said his dad was doing meth many years ago.
Oh,
That's
okay.
why he had that whatever it was coming into his house.
Yeah, it's a spiritual opening. Because I think what happened is, since we're all in prayer, it said you're smelling that somebody was doing something somewhere, and spiritually you were smelling that because we prayed as together as one.
Aliens or demons, the dude. And why are you talking about Johnny Cash? Oh, wrong man in black, sorry.
The Men in Black. Uh, I actually have a picture of something in black that looks like they're wearing a suit, and it's in the woods. So looks like a black suit with a white shirt and a black. It looks like that, but is it? I don't know. Yeah, fellas, when you cuz
Well, let's end
trying
it.
to fight that sleep, man, but it's getting the best of me.
El sueño es cabrón y el que lo aguanta, primo.
Yeah, it's like I had gotten a little bit of sleep earlier today, but I woke up early.
Well,
So yeah, the sleep's getting to me now.
I was, I was waiting for you because I missed the bus yesterday. I fell asleep. I was looking at the back of my eyelids.
Oh man, and saying that, thank you, brother and sisters, for tuning in tonight. I will work on the other picture that I have of something that you can see the eyes looking at me, and it has some kind of energy in the eyes, and it's looking at me from the trees, within the trees, like it's looking straight at me. So I'm gonna work on that picture, but I need to get me some rest, y'all. Uh, in saying that, thank you all for tuning in. God bless every single one of y'all. Y'all have a blessed morning and good night from here from Spiritual Cryptic Encounters.
See you when we
Good,
see you.
right. Orderly, cuz y'all
All
have a
right,
good
cousin.
night.
Good night.
Peace out.
Bye, everybody. Bye, prima.